let's get started by setting your intention. What is one thing that you would love to walk away with today? So share that in the comments below. Just take a minute right now to think about that. What is something that you would absolutely love to walk away with today? What are you here for? What are what inspired you to show up today? What would be so helpful for you to walk away with today? And share that either in the Facebook Live comments or in the comments below on the webinar. And just really set your intention to receive that thing that you're showing up here for. All right. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Emily. I am a holistic health and life coach. I was a psychotherapist for many years, and then in 2012, I started a holistic health coaching business, really trying to help people look at their health, their life satisfaction, their overall well-being in a more holistic, well-rounded way. And so I'm the founder of Balance and Thrive and creator of the program Live More, Laugh Louder. That program is an online course, and it has the option for group coaching and one-on-one coaching, and it's all about learning how to create more happiness, purpose, and connection in your life. I feel like that is the thing that everybody is looking for. I'm on a mission to get amazing people like you re-inspired by life, right? To get back in the game, to truly go for what you want. No more sitting on the sidelines, no more sacrificing your dreams for everyone else's, no more wishing or waiting or wondering, going for it, right? Really putting yourself out there, getting clear on what you want and going for it is what living a happy and fulfilling life is all about. Not even as much as the results or what you get, as much as like showing up as who you are and really putting yourself out there and going all in, right? And now's your time to do that, right? No more waiting. We only have one chance at this life. It doesn't last forever. So take advantage of it, get in the game and do your thing. And that's what we're here to talk about today. Some of my fundamental beliefs that I wanted to share with you, because I obviously think they're really important, but there are a lot of what Balance and Thrive and the programs I create, the content I create, it's really driven by these fundamental beliefs. You are here on this earth to enjoy life. That's it, right? Your purpose is simply to live on purpose. So many people are seeking and searching and, what am I meant here? What am I meant to do? Or, how am I meant to be fulfilled? And I think what happens is when we're in that space, we actually miss all of the really cool stuff that is happening every single day right in front of us. So again, your purpose is simply to live on purpose, to show up, to get in the game, to do your thing, to nurture the relationships, to take care of yourself, to breathe, to take it all in, to just show up and do your best and let that be okay. And when you do that, when you focus on your strengths, when you do the things that you enjoy, when you show up as yourself, you find that sense of purpose, that thing that or things that feel fulfilling and meaningful to you, you cultivate that so naturally, right? Like you don't have to figure that out. One of the hardest things, I'm going to kind of share an example of this. As many of you know, I dealt with unexplained infertility for years, 7 years to be exact. And it was like a really stressful, long, hard journey. And I remember thinking when I was pregnant, finally, out of the blue, right? Oh my gosh, like, how am I going to do this? I know how to like get pregnant, even though it took me a really long time, but how am I going to be a mom? Like, I don't know how. And this feels really hard. And it's such a like crazy shift, a crazy change. And I was like a little bit scared of like, I don't know what to do with a baby. We don't have a ton of babies in my family. Yeah, I just was like, but you know what? It was like the most natural, hard, easy thing I've ever done. Like I haven't slept in 2 years, but there is still like this total ease. And I feel like that's what life is about. When we're so caught up in the struggle and like the pool, it totally distracts us. And I feel like part of my purpose in life is to be a mom to my son. And it's one of those things that I've just easily allowed to happen. And so even though it can feel hard sometimes, there's always this sense of ease, this sense of like it's just natural. It's how it's supposed to be. It's meant to be a part of me, and I'm meant to be a part of it. And that's really what I'm talking about when I say your purpose is to simply live on purpose. It should feel natural. It will feel natural. It will feel a part of you. It will feel like a natural expression of who you are. So that's kind of what you want to tap into and feel into. Another one of my fundamental beliefs. If you're here watching this right now, there's still time for whatever it is that you want. It's absolutely not too late to create, to become, to receive, to enjoy, to participate, to show up. It's not too late. It's just not. Another one is you can change the world by changing your world. When you show up differently, you radiate a whole different energy. You impact every single person in your world. And when they're impacted, they then impact everyone else. Okay. There's just a natural flow. And I know for myself, sometimes I watch the news and it feels like I try and not watch the news because it feels so depressing and overwhelming. And I've always kind of had it on my heart to how can I help the world, be a better place? How can I help people to feel happier and enjoy life more and have more fun, be nicer, and all of these things. And what I realize is that it feels so much easier when I think about how can I show up in that way and how can I kind of lead and impact by example and just do my thing. And, that's how I think all of us can change the world, right? Is by changing our world and being who we want to be and doing what we want to do in a way that feels really, really, really good. Yes, you absolutely can have it all. We're going to talk about this a little bit more. You deserve it, are worthy of it, and fully capable. You are fully capable of making it happen. So these are some of the fundamental beliefs. They're the core beliefs of who I am and what Balance and Thrive is all about. So today, what we're going to talk about is the first 3 essential steps to step into your next level life. The number one mistake I see happen all the time, it's one that I've made personally myself. It's one of those traps I've stepped into and what to do about it. And the most important thing you can do right now to step into your next level life today. Good news, right? You can do it today. So the first 3 essential steps. Number 1, define what happiness and success mean to you. The thing that's so interesting is when I talk about stepping into your next level life, for everyone that I've talked to about this and for myself as well, there's always some version of happiness and success, purpose, meaning, connection. It's some combination. We talk about having it all, and it's really how can I feel successful, fulfilled, purposeful, right? And how can I feel happy, right? More joyful, have more fun, laugh, love. There's different versions of this. And the most important thing that you can do is define exactly what that means to you. We don't all have the same definitions of these things. We don't all have the same visions of what this looks like. So you need to know exactly what they mean to you so that you have clarity, right? Because maybe you grew up in a household that valued success in a way that looked like a certain number of money in your savings account or your bank account, or maybe it meant a certain type of job, or maybe happiness looks like a lot of sacrifice or personal denial or these different things. So get clear on what those words mean to you. In the Live More Laugh Louder program, I talk actually in phase 2, which is the next phase of the program. We're going to be talking a lot more about how to uncover like our stories and beliefs and these different things that can be hijacking or keeping us stuck. But from a very like starter first, we're talking about the first 3 essential steps. And that's really getting clear on what these words mean to you. Step number 2, paint your picture of it. Get clear on your vision of having both in your life. What will open up for you? How will your day-to-day experience change? So a journal prompt or something that you could write on later, and write this down now. If I already had it all, if my life felt truly happy and fulfilling, I'd fill in the blank, right? And just write about that. What would that look like? What would that mean? What would that experience be like for you? On Saturday, I'm hosting a virtual vision board workshop. And I know I hosted one in person in January, and I'll actually be doing more of these in person as well because there seems to be a lot of interest. But um, this is also part of the Live More, Laugh Louder program, but really cultivating a clear picture, a clear vision um, of what your next level life, like where is it that you want to go? Where are you right now? And where do you want to get to? I'm also looking at my notes to see if there were anything else, any other things on here. Step number 3 is find your flow. So there is the handout for this. It's the Find Your Flow handout. So on the webpage, you'll see it. And instead of me trying to get all crazy and share a different image. So finding your flow. And this is a handout. And here's what you're going to do with that. You're going to look at here. Ooh, this is what it looks like. All right. So who will you be when you're living in your next level life? Okay. That's up here. What will it allow you to give down here? And what will it allow you to receive? Okay. This is what's going to inspire and motivate you into action. So ask yourself, when I'm living this next level life, when I'm feeling happy and, successful, I'm using both of these words fairly loosely, right? You need to define them for yourself to get clarity. But when I talk about stepping into your next level, again, there's some version of this for most people. So who do I want to be? Who do I want to become? And what will that allow me to give, right? When we have energy, when we have what we want, when we're living in a way that feels really good, we get excited, we have more energy, we are more motivated. And a lot of times we feel like guilty about what we want, right? And the opposite is actually the case. Instead of feeling guilty, instead of feeling like me going for what I want is going to take away from my relationships or my time or from who I am or, giving to the people in my world, it's actually going to allow you to give more, give in a bigger, more powerful, more energetic way. So think about that. What are those things that are really important to you to be able to share and to give? And what will this new version of you, and it's when I say new version, I always like to clarify this because it's a truer version of who you are, right? It's not that you're different. It's not that it's taking away from who you are. It's you becoming more you, more connected with who you truly are. So what will this allow you to give? And what will it allow you to receive, right? Why do you want it? What will it do for you? What's important about this? What's your why? So think through all of these things. This is the handout just to kind of prompt you. And if you go to the webpage, you can download it there and just kind of take some notes, use it just to brainstorm and to look at it. This really kind of turns on your flow. It turns on that energy. And we want to think about giving and receiving as kind of that infinity symbol, right? Like it's part of the same energetic channel. So you want to think about both sides of that. Okay. The number one mistake that I see all the time is focusing on the how, right? When we think about what we want, so going back to those first 3 essential steps, and then all of a sudden, right, we start thinking about, we've defined what success and happiness means to us. We've got a clear picture of what that vision looks like, what it is that we want. And then it's like all of a sudden our brain starts, well, how can I do this? Right? Like, how can I make this happen? And we get stuck in the logistics. Well, I don't have the time for that. Or I don't have the resources, or I don't have the support, or I don't, blah, 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 blah. And the how a lot of times is like fear based, trying to figure it out. And um, and it just gets us stuck. I mean, that's the bottom line. I've made it myself 5 gazillion times, in getting stuck in the strategy. And what you do when that happens is you reconnect with your vision. You go back to what it is that you're trying to create. And one of the things that I found for myself that I think is so important, I talk about a lot connecting with your vision. What is it that you want? What will that feel like? What does that experience look like in practice? Um, and even I know for myself, when I think about my vision, I can't necessarily like connect with or really feel into all of it all of the time, but I can find different pieces and parts that I feel really connected to. If you're I'm just totally making this up. If your vision in your life was to have more fun, I don't know, and fun looked like meeting your friends for, I don't know, brunch once a month, right? That was really important to you. That felt really exciting to you. But in practice, it got really hard figuring out the logistics, or say we had bad weather all winter long and you weren't able to really meet. Every time you went to meet, there was a snowstorm. You want to not get stuck in that, right? You want to be able to shift and say, all right, well, that's one version of having fun, but I'm at home and I can't get out because there's a snowstorm, or we're having a really hard time coordinating. So what is something else that would be fun? If that was the only part of your vision that you would be focusing on, you would get really frustrated and feel really stuck that it wasn't happening. So you've got to be able to have a robust enough, a diverse enough vision that you can kind of hop into these different details of it and feel connected to those different details and feel into those details. So when you get caught up in the logistics, when you start to focus on the how, or you feel like the how starts to become really overwhelming, you want to step back from that and say, okay, I don't need to figure it all out right now, right? I just need to reconnect with my vision. What is it that I want? What does happiness and success mean to me? And how can I feel into that? Even checking back into finding your flow, right? This will inspire different ways that you can connect and feel into it. If you wanted to be more generous, right, you can tap into that version of your vision fairly easily. So there's a lot of different ways. Just step back from the how and focus on the picture that you want to create. Okay. All right. Let's see. The best thing that you can do now, and this is the other handout that's on the web page, bring it in nice and close so you can see it, is create your me time routine. So this is one of the most important things to do. And it's one of the things that people so often skip, right? We don't take the time to take a time out and take care of ourselves. It is the most important thing that you can do to connect with your vision today, right now, okay? So I want you to print this handout off today and create your very own me time routine. You'll feel better, you'll have more energy, and you'll believe in your ability to do the things to take your life to the next level. You'll start to feel like, hey, I am capable. I deserve this. I am worthy of this. I can make this happen. I believe in it. And all of that is so vital in you being able to actually cultivate it and you actually being able to create it. So do this, okay? And it's really simple. A lot of people will tell you a lot of different things to do to like nurture and do self-care things. If you love to exercise, exercise. If you love to I don't know, get pedicures, then get a pedicure. If you love to sit outside in the sun for 5 minutes, then do that. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's something that like feeds your soul, that makes you feel good, that you enjoy doing, and you want to start to build in a routine. So some of the ideas that I put down, early morning, take a hot shower, have a cup of coffee and watch the Today Show, reading, journaling, listening to music, working out, going for a walk, whatever yours are, start a running list, brainstorm it. The back of this sheet, right? This is two sides on the handout. On the back, it just says me time routines, and just start to brainstorm out any things that you really enjoy that help you connect with who you are, that allow you to feel good, that nurture you, that invigorate you. Know what those things are for you and start to put them in throughout your day. Okay, so does anyone have any questions on any of this? So this is kind of the process that I wanted to share with you all today about stepping into your next level life. So those are the 3 essential steps. Were define what happiness and success mean to you, paint your really clear picture of it, and find your flow. So use the handout to help you kind of look at, I use that terminology, find your flow, because I want you to think about turning on like the faucet, right? That energetic faucet, that flow for you. When you are being who you want to be, when you've become that version of yourself, what's it going to allow you to give and to receive? And remember, those are all part of the same channel. So connect with that and think about it. The number one mistake that I see happening all the time, and I've been guilty of myself, is focusing too much on the how, the logistics, and like we tend to like grasp onto that, and no bueno, my friends, it's not good. And it's actually the thing that will bring more and more distance. The more we think about the how and the logistical details, the more we'll feel like we're getting stuck and sinking deeper and deeper in quicksand. And then the most important thing that you can do now to step into your next level life as of today, like as of this moment, I promise you that if you create a me time routine and you start taking care of yourself, they could be 5-minute things. They could be an hour-long yoga class. It could be an hour-long massage. It could be sitting outside for 5 minutes. It could be reading a book. It could be watching a movie. It could be whatever the F you want it to be. It doesn't matter. If you start doing those things throughout your day and like enjoying them and appreciating them, everything will change. You will start feeling more like yourself tomorrow. I promise. Just with intention, start doing these things. So this is a lot of what I talk about in the Live More, Laugh Louder program, only we take it deeper. I show you a lot more of like the steps to take. You get a lot more journal prompts, a lot more opportunity to explore and to discover. And there's a monthly coaching call where you can do Q&A and live coaching as part of that program. So if you like this, if you want to learn more about how to create a life that feels more happy, purposeful, fulfilling, if you want to feel more connected, if you want more clarity, if you feel like you're just kind of going through the motions, or if you're feeling conflicted or feeling stuck, this program will help you deal with all of that. It will help you shift into clarity. It'll help you really learn step by step how to create a life that is matched for who you are and what matters to you most, right? It's really about building your life in alignment with your values. And I would love to have you as part of that. You can also email me, Emily@balancethrive.com. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for being here, guys. Have a great day.